Hi folks, Richard Johnson and welcome to this new game that I talked to you about, or just told you a little bit about in some previous video. This game is not super huge, there's nothing actually very much that you can do in this game, but I can tell you this. You start with one of these, a storage barn, what is it, 4 or 5 houses and 12 peoples, and then from that you are going to like create a small village and town and all that. So you start basically from scratch. You have a little bit of firewood, a little stone, a little wood, a little iron, some tools and some clothes, a little food also. That's it nearly. So you can see here, this is my previous town that I played with, or village. I can tell you that in this village, it looks like I have 1, 2, 3 different fishing stations or fishing docks and so on, where they can gather fish, and one big farm. I actually have one big farm below this one, and I think I have actually one more fishing dock. But in this town, everyone is dying due to starvation because this game is really hard. I will talk you through it later when we start a town, but let's get a new one. Set the town name. Let's see, Gamers Community. That sounds good. Let's see, GC, Gamers Community. Map seed, I have no idea what it's different types of landscape, I would presume. But you only have different terrain types, valleys or mountains. In mountains it is very hard to get trees and fishing and so on. So valleys is the easier one. Terrain size is the different size of the map. Small is actually very small. Medium is what I'm playing on right here, and it's enough. Large, why not? Let's go for large. Climate, mild, fair, harsh. I have the easiest settings actually on everything. I've turned off disasters like fire in the town, maybe diseases and like plague and all that. Starting condition is easy. You begin with 6 families. A large amount of clothing, food, firewood, building materials and tools are provided. Yeah, it says, oh well, that's good, but yeah, it says that it is easy, but it is actually very hard to like progress anything. See what this says on hard. A hard game begins with 4 families, a small amount of food, no seeds for farming are available. Alright, so you don't have any seeds at all to begin the farming, so you can only rely on gathering herbs, or berries, fishing and hunters. Let's see what medium says. A medium game begins with 5 families. Clothing, farming, construction materials are provided. A storage barn has already been built. Some seeds for fields and orchards are available. Yeah, that's the same as easy, but you have a little bit more of everything. I recommend to begin with easy. So let's say okay, it's going to load a little bit. This looks like a whole lot of work in this town, as you can see. Very big. They have a stone quarry over there and so on. Trading docks you can have, markets and so on. It's like Age of Empire but without the war, kind of. And that you, in Age of Empire, you can run out of supplies or materials. This is the map. Alright, we start here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses, 1 storage barn, a little bit of supplies. And yeah, you are like living a million of the world. So everyone is like gathering food and firewood for the houses and so on now in the beginning, since none of them have any tasks. So what I used to do is I pick up this assign jobs to citizens. So you can see I have 12 laborers or laborers, and I want them all to gather lots of wood in the beginning. So I'm going to do like that, and then they will chop down all the woods and all the stone and all the stone, which I'm marking now, and all the iron in this area, since I want to like clear this area so I can start building here. You have time machine here, simulation speed, pressing that up to ×5, and since I have 12 laborers it will go very fast for them to collect all this. But since they're collecting actually a very lot of amount of stuff, I'm gonna lower the sound actually. Let's see, 10 is probably enough. It's allowed for me, but maybe not for you. But since they're collecting a lot of stuff very fast, you need to increase the stockpile. So let's do it like this. Build a stockpile over there. It will get full quite fast. But let's slow down. Right now I have 1,100 potatoes. That's food. It's enough for them to feed, I think it's 1 year to, so after that they will begin to starve and then everybody dies. And I have 100 firewood, and firewood is used to keep the houses warm during the winters and all that. If you don't have firewood, they will all freeze to death. So you have to keep that in mind. So you have people who collect wood, to people who collect materials, then you need people to cut the wood into firewood, and then you need people to make food. So you need to like spread all your population out on different tasks. So in the end you have a little bit amount of people there, and there. And if you are succeeding with this, your town will thrive and your population will increase, and then you can assign more people to everything. So one more there, and in the end you have lots of people everywhere, if everything goes as planned. So what I want to do is I want to make a 15 times 15, since that is the biggest size that you can have for a crop field. So 15 times 15, let's see, that can't build it since it's a change in the terrain there, so let's build it out. I want to keep the structure of the town very nice. Let's see, the road will go there, so let's build it over here then. Let's see, 15 there and 15 there. Now we need 4 builders, since the maximum amount of builders at the time of this one is 4. I can increase it to, I don't know how much, but there's a limit for some of the buildings. I want to increase the priority for this area, since it's critical for them to remove all the stone and build this area first, since it will give me food so I can survive, so I will not starve again. Increase the speed, and let's see, we need to remove 15 stuff from this ground. You see, 1 is working already. Now 3 more, 4, everyone is like devoting their effort into this area first now, since I changed the priority. When that is done, they will begin to the normal work. During the winters you can't use crops to gather food, so you need a fishing dock. We're gonna build that over there somewhere. Now you can see that over here to the right, up builders, we have 4 builders but only 2 working stations, so we can only have 2 workers at the fishing dock. So we're gonna lower the builders down to 2, and then we're gonna select the crop we want to place. We want to have corn, and we need 4 farmers for it to be efficient. If we only have 3, we will lose some, maybe 3-5%, and when the winter comes, then we will only get a little yield from it. So we now have 7 laborers out of 12, 2 builders and 4 farmers. Roads will increase the speed that everyone moves around. So when the fishermen over here will gather the fish to the town, it will take them a long time, but if we make a road for them, it will go faster. Well, I'm always like symmetric and trying to make everything look very good and all that. So let's see, road over there. The laborers are the ones that often only make the roads. No, we don't need a road over there. It's not only those. I mean, people who may not. The task is to build a structure. I mean, I have 2 out of 2 builders over here, but maybe one of them is like collecting materials or something like that from time to time. So they're not only 100% dedicated to one thing, which I think is bad, but you can increase the priority, and hopefully they will stop doing a little bit of the jobs on the side and only devote their team and effort to this building. I don't know if you all remember Age of Empire, if you have played it and all that, but if you do you remember when you found a nice gold mine or gold ore? You collected, maybe you put 5 to 6 miners to dig that gold out. but they had a very long time to go to the gold mining station, so to drop it off. So you build one of those gold shafts or gold mining stations, just one block, so to say, one square, one block away from the miner, so that when they have collected, say, 10, 15, 20 golds, they would instantly drop it off at the station and then continue, so they didn't have to walk so long. Same thing is here, kind of. They will have to walk a little bit since they are fishing out on the pier, since they're fishing out on the bridge, the dock. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a storage barn over here. So instead of they are gonna have to walk this long way, since it's only 4 fishermen you can only have by one station, so instead of 4 of those walking maybe at the same time over here, this long way back and forth, they will only have got to walk this way to this storage barn, and then just continue fishing. So the people who need food will go to this one instead of this one. So you will gain food faster, but the ones who need it, they will have to go a little bit longer, but who cares? If you want food, get the food. Increase priority and speed. Let's see how much. Yeah, we have 1100 potatoes still. Firewood 100. When the winter comes and all that, you will definitely need a wood chopper. You have that over here, a wood cutter. He is the one, or she is the one who cuts wood. Seems right here. They take raw logs and just cut them into wood. So when you have created that building, you will have 1 less laborer and 1 more woodcutter. When you have created the fishing dock, you will have 4 less laborers and 4 more fishermen. So you can see now, 4 fishermen, 4 farmers, 2 builders and 3 laborers out of 12 early. So you're gonna like not build too many buildings unless you don't have the people for it. But as I said, also I mean, during the winters you can't use your crop field, since you can't make crops, corn and all that during the winter, since the winter will kill it or destroy it. So during the winter, or when the winter comes, or when they actually have gotten the first yield, they can't crop anything more unless, or plant any more seeds until the next season. So when one of these crop fields are done, just remove all the farmers and set them into fishermen or hunters and all that instead, so they're not like running around doing nothing during the winters. Gotta increase the priority of this storage barn. You can see that they're producing fish kind of fast, and that is because this area is like virgin ground and it's untouched. Where you can see 300 potatoes, were dropping on potato quite fast now. You can speed it up to ×10. But you gotta keep an eye out for stuff like firewood, tools and food, because tools, if you don't have the tools, they will not. Oh, and these things. But if they don't have the tools, they will not like. They will not be 100% efficiency. Let's see here. The reserve of food is low. Yeah, dropping down on potatoes quite fast. And as you can see, people carrying fish. This woman over here now has to walk the way all over here to drop it, then walk back. So that's why I want this to be built as fast as possible. Increase 1 more builder. There, now they collected all the resources, now they just have to like build it. We gain 1 more laborer since 1 child become an adult. As soon as it is done, it will they will produce fish much faster, since they don't have to walk that long way. They don't have to walk this road. Or I have no idea. Oh, sometimes they don't walk to these storage barns. They walk to the home to like deliver it directly to their places. Let's see, we have 10 fish, and yeah, they're producing corn now, so we are 289 corns. Slow, and 45 fish over here. If you build another fishing dock, don't place it directly to the first one, since you can see in this area, the circle, this fishing dock will collect fish from this whole circle. So if you want to be like 100% efficiency and so on, I want this one to be like over here or over here somewhere. So you can see that the distance between them are quite far, so you don't want to have like 6 of them, one over here, one over here, one over here, one over here, and maybe one over here, since they have to walk extremely long roads or ways. Now let's see, one woodcutter, and we can set the fuel limit so he doesn't make more than 200 fuel or firewood. Same is for the food. We can stop them from producing too much food. We now have 5,000 as a limit. It's the starting limit. But let's go with that. 509 corn, 5 fish, 45 fish. I don't know if it's one fish is like one fish, but if it's like one crate of fish and so on. Since I mean 5 fish, that's not much, but yeah, they're only standing here with a fishing rod. Look. Smacking that water. Soon this cornfield or crop field is done, then we can remove all the farmers and let them do something else. As you can see, the woods that I have cleared down is no longer here, since I cleared it down, but you can build a forester lodge. It used to define an area to selectively cut down trees and plant new seedlings. So if I build one with this, in this circle that it is marked, it will produce new trees and seedlings or saplings. So if I want to like maybe get more trees close to my town, I will build it over here. But if I build lots of buildings over here, it will only gain in this circle over here, this little part perhaps. So don't build it like mid-town in your city like or town like this, since you will probably expand it and you have to delete that building, and that will take time, and you will use builders and laborers to do that. So build it like carefully from the beginning. We're probably gonna build a mine and so on up here, so I'm gonna to build a forest lodge. Let's see, I wanna use it. Maybe. There. We need 2 builders, increase priority. And let's see, increase, so they remove all this stuff that I marked for them. Hopefully they will do it faster now that I marked it for them. There, now the farmers are done, the winter is here, don't need them to work on the fields anymore. You can see that we have cows, but since we don't have any pasture yet, they will sooner or later just die. Yeah, hard world, isn't it? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build, I think it's 20 times 20 is the biggest one, and then you can have 20 cows, or like 100 chickens perhaps. Yeah, build that pasture, but we want this forest lodge first. 185 fish, producing much faster when they are so close than when they have this distance to walk. We have lots of materials, 89%, 79%, maybe need to build one more stockpile. Right, they are done. Now we need a forester. I think you only kind of need one, since I'm gonna set that to 1,000. Since they don't make logs that fast, but they do make tree seeds and saplings very fast. Alright, winter is over, we now need our farmers again. Only 4 of them. Yeah, you can't like, kind of rely for foresters to produce logs for you, but you can rely on them to produce new trees, and they kind of make new trees very fast, or actually faster than they produce logs. So in a small area, you can see there one new sapling. In a small town, this whole area will be full of these little saplings. Increase priority again. There. Build a road. Let's see. I can never remember which way it's pointing. I think the exit was on that end. Now all the laborers will do this road as well as they're collecting all the resources. We have 2 new seeds or saplings. If you want to cross rivers like this, or just this, yeah, it's a small river, or actually I don't know the different terms of it. Smaller, we in Sweden have flod, beck, I don't know if it's river or, yeah, it's not as big as this one, connecting to the little lake there. But you then you want to build a wooden bridge, which will connect it from the one side to the other, making you able to walk over here and collect all these resources as well. Since I noticed that this forester lodge is on the other side of the water as well. So when our builders are done, they have a task to produce this bridge. Increase the speed to ×10. Corn is starting to grow. Everything is as it should. This marker means that this man or woman has produced enough to reach the limit. So if you're seeing that for a very long time, or if you have maybe 5 of these and you have a limit of 600 and you have 650, 700, you can maybe remove 3 of them and only 2 will work for a short time. And if you see that the limit is starting to drop, then just increase it with 1 more woodcutter. If it's not good enough, increase it with 1 more, and then you will have maybe your plus minus null, that you will gain more than you lose. But at 1 woodcutter station or hut, you can only have 1 woodcutter, even though there are 3 different stations for it. The reserve of food is low, don't have any food in the town. We have 158 fish, but that will deplete quite fast. Right, we need cattle. We have 8, and we can have up to 17 in here. But we need herdsmen, which we can have maximum of 2. The bridge is ready, which means that our foresters can go over to this side as well to produce new trees, and we can go over here to get new raw materials. As you can see, we have a huge area to collect stones and woods and iron. It would be nice if it was like this, just iron standing on the ground. You just like pick it up, go away, melt it down, then you have iron. You can see now loads of new seedlings, or saplings, seeds, yeah, saplings I think it is, or saplings, yeah, loads of new saplings growing here. Give it maybe 1 year or 2, and it will be as dense as these woods, maybe even more dense, I think actually. The more houses you have, the more people you can have in the town. Smart, huh? No, but it works like that. If you have too few houses, the person who lives there won't produce new kids. As you can see, this house is full. In the end, it's more like the kids will move out. They will move into a new house. Maybe a male will move into the house, then he meets a new fancy girl. She moves in with him. They start to produce babies, childs, and then when a child is in that house, it's kind of reached its maximum. I think it is something like that. So when a new child has to move into a new house to start producing new childs, but when the child has become an adult or something. Right, we need, let's see, 2 builders. stuff like this can be annoying. Like you hear these cows moving, and or maybe if you have persons who's making lots of noises, maybe when they're hacking stone or iron, you will just hear this cling, 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 cling when they are doing that. So you, wherever you're going over the map, you will hear that those noises. Alright, the second yield is done. We can remove the farmers. We don't need any builders as the houses are clear. We can actually make more crop fields. Since I noticed that we are maybe going like plus minus 0 with food. I mean, we're not produced, we're 33 corn there and 4 9, but when this year is done, when the winter is done, we will not have that much corn left. So now we can have up to 8 people working here, and we have 9 laborers, which means we can only have 1 builder in the end. I had it perfectly like that. I think I had over 25,000 foods, something like that, but that's due to I have, I think it was 30 people working at the farms during the winter, summer and the spring. I mean the spring, summer and autumn. And when the winter came, or when they were done with the farming, I just moved them all over to the fishing docks that I produced. So during the winters they were producing fish, and they would live off the food that they made during the warmer parts of the year, and then just switching it back and forth. I was producing too much food actually for my people. I have these storage barn was, I think I had 4 of them just at 100%, and you can see how much it is. 9% is 311 and 208. So yeah, but then all of a sudden I started to get too little firewood, logs and all that, so in the end one person died here and there, and they stopped producing new people because they didn't know that you need more houses to get new people and all that. So yeah, that's life. Let's see what we're low on. Food is low, yeah, already. 5 fish, 19, yeah, there, I said it only earlier, I mean. You will run down on the supplies if you don't have enough food creators or something like that, what you can call them. Lower speed a little bit. Loads of new saplings. Let's see if we can collect some more stone. We have some there. We have a little iron. No, there. There we have some iron. We have a little iron. Let's see there. I have some stone here as well. There, good. Clearing that there. We can take out the trees as well. Yeah. Now the laborers we have will clean out this area that are marked. Tools 12. We are soon going to need a blacksmith, which will produce new tools for us. So let's make it like this. You don't want blacksmiths and woodcutters to be too far away from the houses, the storage barns and the stockpiles. So actually going to, let's see, there, build it right there. One builder can be there. Actually, I'm gonna wait till all the laborers are collected resources, since laborers will collect resources for building the houses and all that, structures as well, but when they have collected all this, then you need builders to build it. So in the meantime, when it's not full on resources, you actually don't need any construction, so builders. You can just use your laborers to collect all the resources that you have told them to do, and if you increase the priority, like of this building, they will put the resources here more than in the stockpiles. Let's see here. Increase the speed. Do it like that. 4%. 15. All of a sudden it starts to increase faster when all the laborers are, well, it's 3. Starts to put carrying materials back and forth and filling it. Then when they are done with that, they will continue with the work. As you can see, they left materials over here that they cut down and or digged up and so on. We need more iron, a little bit more, then it will be done. There, now it's done. Now we can make a builder. Ooh, we went from 3 to 7. Loads of new kids become adults. One thing also, there actually is lots of things in this game, but if you want your peoples to be as productive as possible, you want them to be educated, and to educate them you need a schoolhouse. A schoolhouse teaches, let's see, yeah, and it doesn't say, but it teaches children's become students. I think actually maybe some adults also, but they will not take your like workers, your different male and women when they're working. They will take the children's, make them into students, and then will be learned men and women, and then they when they're done, they will go out fully learned and help the town become better. Let's see, what is it now? Tools is low, yeah. Oh, the builder is done. Now let's increase our blacksmith. Yeah, the tool limit of 50. Yeah, but if you are like lots of people are dying and you need many people fast in your town to help, and then you can go to school, uncheck the one that is working there, and all the students in there, maybe like 12 of them, 12 students then will go directly into laborers, and then you can filter them out and to different tasks. So if you have a school with 17, 15 students, you remove the teacher, all students will become laborers, and then you can move them around and so on. Tools is low, yeah, but he's working on it. He's working very hard. 4 tools right now. 4 fish there, 8 fish there. Right, there are 7 laborers. You can see now loads and loads of saplings. Is there something more? Is it tools again? Food is low. Little fish, mediocre with corn. Maybe we need one more fishing station, since we got actually many laborers. Alright, let's see, we'll buy those deers. Yeah, you can hunt these animals as well, but it takes some time for the hunters actually. They are not that very fast at hunting animals. But they will hunt them in the end. Winter is here, remove the farmers, increase the builders, let's increase the foresters as well. Now we have 11 laborers. I would think actually they're not doing it that much. So let's make more houses and make them into builders. Oh no, that's farmers. Actually, this is a very good town that I made, or village in the beginning. What does it say? Reserve of food? Yeah, no. There. I'm gonna build one more storage barn over here. You will get food and leather from camels, and you will get food and wool from... no, only wool I think, from the lambs. Or sheep. Sheep it is. From chickens you will get eggs. I don't think you will get feathers, only eggs. Don't think there are pigs. Yeah, maybe there's pig and then we'll get pork only, I think. Leather you can get from animals, wild animals as well, and leather is what you use when you're making clothes to warm the people. Right, now we have 9 laborers, and we have to have 8 farmers when the winter's over, so we don't want to build anything more to like spread them out on different tasks. So there we have 8 farmers, 2 herdsmen, 8 fishermen, 1 woodcutter, 4 foresters, and 1 blacksmith and 1 laborer. So maybe we can cut down on the foresters later on to only 2 perhaps, if we need them. Let's see how much they produced. Sometimes I don't know why, but yeah, they produced 12 stone as well. And see, on one season, one of them, or was it 2, only produced 12 logs. and this man is producing 404 firewood. So yeah, as I said, they're not that very fast at producing wood. They're not producing logs very fast, but they're making trees grow very fast actually. The regrowth. Let's see, how much is he doing? Produced 45 previous season, and so far in this season is producing 7. But yeah, this was Banished, or this is Banished. I'm gonna play it when I'm done with replay. There is much more in this game to learn and show, and I will take that in the second video. But this is it for now, and I hope you guys and girls love it. I hope you have played it, or if you're not, just buy it. If it's on Steam, I think it was on sale for a little while ago, a little cheaper price. Logs, alright, we need logs. Let's collect logs. Let's see, let's go take those. But yeah, get the game, let me know what you get. I'm not gonna force you to buy it if you don't have money or don't want to spend it and all that. But yeah, it's actually very hard, but also very fun if you are succeeding in it. And it's calm and soothing game for a person who is not that very stressed. Or if you are stressed, it's actually very good to play it, since it will calm you down. But not when all of your population is starting to die from diseases and freeze to death and starve and all that. That might not be so good for people with stress syndromes. But yeah, anyhow, leave a like if you enjoyed it. Scream to subscribe my work. Yeah, you know the drill. Leave a comment in the sections below what you think of the game, and or if you have any tips or tricks, or if you just wanna know some more. But till the next video, whatever I make, take care of you now, and bye bye then.